I could literally sit down with someone from, let's say, the Ku Klux Klan. I think we'd have a great conversation.
From Christianity to Islam, they came to Africa. They corrupt our mind. They change us. We took their name. We took their culture. We took everything. We took their belief. That is the war we're still fighting now. The war between us is first the war within your mind. Somebody can assault you, and because the color of your skin, you go to feel the reason he did is because your skin of color.
As Black people, we need to learn that emotional intelligence.
A Black Muslim is going to kill easily an African Christian. Easily. So that is how we keep you a slave. Our mind. People think slavery, it's more physical. No, African will be still slave for others people thought.
Welcome back to the Rubasha Family podcast. Now here you can see at the Rubasha Family podcast, we're at a new setting. We are in Phuket, Thailand, looking at the amazing sunrise just before it happens in nature, how it should be. So the Rubasha family has taken a holiday. This video is also brought to you by Eralo. And I am here with my father, and we want to have a great conversation, especially in the quiet early hours of the morning, where we are one with God and ourselves. So Dad, welcome back to another video. How have you felt about this holiday?
Yeah, this holiday was good. It was good. And I think every time you have time to go away, to go holiday, is the best thing to do. And today also was good because it was with friends, relatives. So we were a group. So to be in a holiday group is so amazing. It was so gifted thing to be, to enjoy and to do, to enjoy the nature, drink, so everything. Yeah, it was good.
It's been good. Now, guys, you might hear a few birds and stuff in the outside. I mean, we're in nature, and that's what it's about. And, you know, as we're sitting here looking at this amazing view, you know, and we're talking about the power of the mind, you know, this trip was once, you know, didn't exist. It only existed in thought. It existed in the quantum field as a wave particle, and now it's collapsed into physical and material matter. Your thoughts?
Yes, like everything's, I think, it starts with imagining it. So I think it was last year when Rose, my wife, she was thinking to plan this Ian trip, Ian's birthday, to come here to Phuket. And always it was in my mind. I like the place. We see the photos. Now, straight away, we imagine it to be here. So I was giving you an example. I imagined when I was in Australia, see myself here, walking between these hills or these waters. I saw it there. And everything I was thinking, it looks similar in what was in my dream. So now everything you imagine, you plan ahead, you keep consistent.
Yeah, I think that's some very valid points you're saying, you know, is just to have that power of the mind and not to let anyone else's thoughts distract you from what you're doing. And like I was even having a talk to this about my girlfriend, you know, she's a very beautiful person. And so when you're like that, and not only about your looks and your beauty, but the way you carry yourself, your authenticity, when now you walk in the building, that becomes a threat to a lot of people because a lot of people don't have that self-love. And so they can lash out in ways to give you their thoughts to derail you from where you're going. So you can't let that someone else's thoughts, and I know how hard it is to derail you from where you're going. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they have that self-hatred within themselves, and so they portray that outside. So what would your advice be to that person who, you know, not to be distracted from the thoughts of other people, not to be distracted from even, let's say, if it's group thinking, not to be distracted from things like you go somewhere and maybe it upsets the whole mood, but to stay in that elevated emotion?
It's just one thing. If you know your goal first, if you know your mind, it's the power. If you know everything, good or bad, comes with your mind. Your thought is more powerful. It's how fast you go to change. Because the moment you agree, what you call other people negative is not negative to them, it's positive to them. It could be form of advice, it could be form of maybe thinking different views, thinking different belief, thinking different cultures. To them, that is positive. So to you, it's you who's going to take negative because maybe you want to be appreciated differently. But when you are appreciated differently, the way you didn't want it, so that you create the world within yourself. You see, that if you allow that, it's you, your problem. Yes, if you took something somebody has said, and then you say it again, and you tell other people again, so you see, it's you who created it. It's you who bring it to yourself. There is nothing comes outside to you, which is good to make you the way you feel. See, now when you start feeling, oh, other people made me that, so it's your problem. See,
You're the victim.
You are the victim. If you know you are God, if you know your mind is powerful, if you know you believe in yourself, you have faith for yourself, there's nothing else to worry about. So that's why I say the most important things in this life is just to believe in yourself. Yes, when you believe yourself, you don't care what other people think or talk about you or believe about you. That's the only way. That's the only way you got to have a peace of mind. That's the way you got to have freedom. Freedom, you're not going to get it outside. Freedom starts within you first. Freedom means somebody says something. You see the thought from other people's, and then it doesn't mean anything to you. But it doesn't happen that way. Even now we are teaching this program. Even me, I'm doing this, but something trigger comes. You have to question about it. You have to pray about it. It's practicing daily with your mind.
Yeah.
Anytime you say, people did this to me, it's you who did it to yourself. There's nothing people been going to do to you. You see, like now we have been here. Why we have been waiting to record this? Why we couldn't be able to have times? Why we are doing last time we are traveling? Why we are doing in last minute you are going? See, I thought when I come, I'll be recording every program for my program, you skill. But I couldn't do it because, see, again, because I came for holiday. I could try to mix business and holiday. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But you don't want about that. You go back home happily, enjoy, and then you go to create something there, and then you do it again. That's how life it is. Because life is going to bring challenge every single day. And that's how you to know. If you know you are God, you know God has brought you to here, to experience the evil and the good. Those are two people, you got to run away from them. There's no way you got to run away from those two things, no matter what you have. There's nothing external which is going to help you. It's just your mind.
It's so powerful and so true. And again, like when you learn about that and know you're God, those other people's thoughts, they can never affect you. You know what I mean? It can, the first thought initially, but then you just got to remember. And then you remember that they are gods too. And then you may just see it as, okay, maybe that person, you know, in the Bible it says Father, and this is so important, and especially what we're talking about, you know, Father, forgive them for they do not know their sins. And what that means is they're unconscious. Father, forgive them because they're just unconscious. And so that's the attitude. If someone does me wrong or hurts me or whatever their case is, projects their insecurities onto me, Father, forgive them for they do not know what they're doing. And I'm saying that in a way that maybe that person's unconscious. They don't know that when what they're saying to me is what they're saying to themselves. The thoughts that they have about me is what they have about themselves. And when people realize that everything that comes out of their mouth has been so will be positive. You know, again, like just here in the beach, for example, again, I talk about my girlfriend. I'm with Leticia. Do you know how many people have stopped over and come and said, excuse me, you were just really beautiful women. No race, no, it doesn't matter, people from, but you could see in a lot of those people who do that, maybe they don't know that, but they're doing that to themselves and they don't realize that compliment, you come and stop out of your day and give a positive person to someone to make someone feel amazing. Again, we want to be neutral with positive and negative, but for someone to come and say that to your face, it's a reflection of maybe how they feel. And it's always, so when you know, okay, people's thoughts and opinions, it could just be a reflection of their state of mind. So you can't really take it personal and you move forward.
Yeah, so that's what now I'll try to tell you. So everything you say, when you say, Father, forgive today, who Father? Who's the Father you're talking about? It's your mind. Everything you are saying through you see in Bible, see yourself. My mind, forgive to these people. It's telling you. It's telling you. It's telling you, forgive these people. Somebody insult you, and then later when you see him, say hi. How are you? But you see, if you don't do that, it's bringing you evil to yourself. See, don't blame other people what they say. Don't go with what other people do to you. Go within yourself. Everything's thing, Father, forgive. Is tell your mind, forgive these people. Because of course, they say nicely. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know why they're saying that. Because you know why you're saying that. See, that is the power. And the other thing you say about when people praises you, that's what called the word of God. When you hear word of God, what do you think? Do you think it's just a voice is going to come from heaven,
Or people generally think the Bible as well.
Now, the word of God, it says you, your mind. Yes. Because your mind is God. And you know what? The power of the word, it kills and save life. When I say kills, not killing people dead. But what I'm saying mean, if you meet somebody say, wow, you look beautiful. See, that is the positive word from God. It makes you, it builds you, it makes your mood good. It makes your mood be happy. So now somebody's going to say, look, how you look. Why? Why you can do like this? Why can you wear like this, like that? So that is another word from God, another mind of God. It tells you that. And then that word is going to kill your mood. So whatever you get from outside, it's you got to control within yourself. See, people keep saying, "Oh, I'm going to forgive, but I will never forget." See, what do you mean you don't have choice what to forget?
I know.
No, because this is the power of mind. Your mind, if you want to forgive something, can forget it. But your mind can bring it anytime. That's why you don't know when God is coming. People think the God is coming is going to come from heaven and then come on the street in somewhere in Africa or something there. People keep waiting God to come. No, God come to you every day. Every your mind, God come to you to change to you, to give you something you desire, to give you good word or to give the bad word. Always you never know God wherever comes. No one knows the time. You go to the doctor, you think you are doing everything there, you go to check up. And then the next day, you get heart attack or something. It doesn't matter what to do. If you train every day, if you are alcoholic, if you do things there. So our times, it's equal. I mean, our times is equal. There's no one who have a different time in this world. Even if you have $1 million or $1 billion, if you are leader to anyone there, our time is the same, is creaking. 2 minutes away ago, we can't bring it. Do you know where it is? Man, it's in your mind. Everything you bring, everything's happen to you. Everything you see, you carry it away. That is why mind is powerful. Our presence, our past, our future is within, is becoming present. Every time I can be in Rwanda now, where I was born, I could be sitting here, I could see myself in Rwanda. I could sit here, I could see back myself in Australia with my wife, with my colleague, with everything's there. I could be see now myself, I'm in Kenya, even though I'm in Thailand. See, that is the power. The power is within you. If you go to think, is try to judge, that we're calling judgment. We told God is going to come to judge us. There's no God is going to come to judge us because you judge yourself. Everything you do, you judge yourself. People tell you something. You go to judge yourself the way you're going to react to them. So I'm going to teach this thing to be having that positive mood, that to bring back the negative, that to bring anger to happiness. That's how we love. That's how we have to learn to work together by word of God. Word of God changes you. There's no one who's going to change you. The word of God is going to change you. because the word of God comes through your mind.
Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but I got some exciting news for you. If you're like us here at the Rubasha Family podcast, and like myself, we all about drink, we all about traveling in style. Now this video is brought to you by Booking.com. Now we all know when it comes to holidays, when it comes to choosing a destination and having the best extensive information and flexibility, Booking.com are gonna do it for you. We've been able to plan so many holidays with our family, our friends, bringing love, bringing joy, bringing inspiration. Life is so precious, life is so joyful, and you always want to do things with style. You always want to do things with such confidence and drip that you don't want to miss out. When it comes to looking for amazing accommodation, hotels, whatever it is, Booking.com is the place to go. I personally experienced it, and it's all about giving value and service to people's lives. Click the link in the description. You don't want to miss out on that. And let's get back to the video.
In the beginning, the world was created by the Word. The Word was there for everything. That whatever you speak is so powerful. That's why you could see these other people who become successful, all those things there, always have to listen to the Word. There is no a successful person in this world who doesn't have coaches, coaching every day, who's at them, talk to them every day, who's at them, inspire him every day, who's at doing this to you every day, who's at doing this here. That is how I want. Why do I need a coach for? Man, you need a coach, no matter who you are. Education itself is not enough. Money itself is not enough. Worth itself is not enough. You need a coach. You need somebody to keep telling you what you want to do, what you want to desire. You need that positive word and positive mood, you know. And you see, sometimes people say, oh, you have to surround with positive people. Is that the mind goal? Sometimes you surrounded for what you want to build with good people, because sometimes also negative people builds you. Negative thought builds you. Negative thought inspire. Negative thought motivate. I can see something always, I keep seeing it, and it's general. It's general where, especially like when we were kids, to see all those African American and athletic, everything there. And you see the way they become motivated, sometimes inspired. Sometimes the race has effect of that. The race make that kids to go for training every day. His race, I can't give up. You could see it. Even the same, the sport and in the sport, there's a kids who could be different community, white or black. Say, look, let me train, let me boxing, because what you're feeling it. Because somebody say, look how you look, you'll never make it. And you do it because of negative thought. Negative thought builds.
It builds, you know, and that's why I know there was a little bit of controversy when it came to a conversation that was had on this trip, and you talked about racism, or the idea of racism, slavery, basically the point of like slavery was a good thing for the African Americans.
Yeah, so sometimes that's why we fight. If you say good things, and so that's where people get angry. So because everything when you look happen, you wonder why this is why did it happen? Why did it happen? Why did it happen in this scale? In that era, in that period, why did it happen? And then now, why things is happening now? Because you see, everything life, when we are looking these things, when you say this mind power, everything my life moving forward, but to go to witness, I have to go back. Yes, there is no way you go to see your life without going back to get the answer for the presence. Everything had to go back. Everything went through, you have to go back. And you go to find solution in the back in your mind. Yes. You don't need to get an answer from outside. Your mind is going to give you answer for everything. It's you how good to look, the one you go to give everything. So, but when you say good, you think, oh, this slavery it was good. No, you can't say it was good. In that times period, it was built. It was Adam people mind.
Yeah.
He builds people mind. He builds people physical. He builds everything. How do you go through that? See, but the person who went through that, you can't find him. He can't tell you how he did it. So everything now we are talking about is what is in our mind. We are thinking them how they were feeling.
to go through that.
To go through that. We don't know.
And we don't know.
Yes.
But I think what's so powerful, because this whole conversation we've been the power of the mind,
Yes.
and how everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
So the issue and the programming is, okay, we talk about black people, we talk about slavery. It's always like, oh, it was so bad, what happened to us? You know, that's the type of thinking. Instead of seeing it like, just like anything in life, when I didn't make that team for a reason, or when that setback happened in my life, it prepared me for what's good to come. And so in a way, when I look at slavery now, I don't see it from a negative perspective or from a negative lens or pour us. Of course, we went through something that was traumatic, that wasn't the best experience. But for me, it's like, okay, how can we use that for a positive experience? How can we take inspiration from all the minds who went through such hard times to become where they are now? And they maybe wouldn't have got there. All the successful people we see in America today, would they have got there without slavery? Perhaps. But with slavery and that happening, it created something and a revolution of all these people standing up and creating amazing things. No matter how put down black people have been through, they've achieved the highest of the highest.
Because the power of mind. They use the mind. Somebody to come that field. And the mind to fight, to come out there, to continue to do that. See, always is 50-50. There's some who came out, and there's some that who don't. That's how it is. It's a positive and negative in this world. Yes. There are people who go to survive. There are people who go to say, I can't go. I can't do things there. See, but we become distraction. We become mind distracted. See, always remember the bad is just dealing with that. Now something's wrong. Why you can't choose to do things? They say, okay, we're not going to forget. We go to forgive, but we're not going to forget. You can't do that. You can't say that because you're not control what you go to forget. You can't control it.
Yes. Your mind will.
Your mind is there, and you are, yes. And you can't put condition to other goals. You see, you can put a condition to other goals. It doesn't work that way. It's your belief. It's your word. You think you are doing to other people, but you are doing because of yourself, your ego. So as I say, what we are doing is I say, look, these things happening, these things we should not be a war. We should not question about it. We should not fight about it. We should not argue about it, if it was good or bad, if it was doing that. No, what we are seeing now is reality. Why it's happening like this? And then we see now, we look there, and you could see there's some positive there and some negative there.
And that, yes, there's positive and negative, because there's negative situations. We see the limited mindset, the lack, the not knowing of who we truly are, has maybe contributed to that. But even within maybe our own countries, how do we treat our own people? Even here in general, whatever country you are, especially as a black person, how do we even treat ourselves the worst? Within our own families, we do things to our own families, to our own people. So, like you said, I just think everything happens for a reason. And so that history led us to here. So instead of talking about it and seeing it from a negative viewpoint, it's more like, let's remove the distractions. It's done. Let's focus on, the solutions. Okay, let's build a media company. If no one's reporting our media, if no one's reporting our news, let's start empowering our own people. Let's buy up these hospitals. Let's put economic backing in what we're talking about. Let's just not have no more protesting and waving. No, we go in there with the economics, with the media, with conversations just like this.
Yeah, but also everything had to be together. So they had to go to people who's going to come on the street banging the doors. But also there's other people who's going to be on the other side, defending, to do things there. All those things creating atmospheres, people's mind, but it's to bring now the positive, to discuss. You learn yourself. See, as we teach individual, see, you don't generalize. Sometimes guys, you try to defend your color, or you try to defend your tribe, or you try to defend your country. No, there's no country. There's no country. The country it was a way to live. It was a way, a mind. See, a country was created by a mind of God. And it had to be one mind and bring to other. And then make the name of this country. See, we never create the world. We never. We never create this what you see, but we put the name to be able to live in a good way. Somebody's mind say, wow, if I put this country, it's going to be good. If I call this America, I call this Thailand, I call this, it's going to be good. See, the tribes make their names, and other people come, other mind change their names. So that is the war between the races, the war between the religions. So because always start with the mind. Mind, the powerful mind, he said, look, I want to see everything look like this. I want to see everything look green. But other mind is going to ask you why. See, that when you see everything, the churches was created by somebody's mind. Somebody said, look, I'm Catholic, and his mind said, why do I need to be Catholic? See, the same mind in the creation, they say, oh, mind, I don't agree with this one. If we can't change it, I'm come Protestant. If you can't Protestant, Presbyterian. And if you come like this, I become Muslim. And if you come Muslim, I come Muslim Chinese. So those things is minds of people. Those things is the thought of people. Every religion is thought of one mind.
Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but please take the time, hit the link in the description and sign up to Aloys Rubasha's new screen. You can sign up either monthly or for the year to really invest in yourself, to really cultivate your mindset, cultivate the power of who you truly are. It is all about the knowledge and power that you have with it, and it is the application of the knowledge that is going to take you far in life. This is an investment that is infinite, that has infinite amount of supply, because coming to Aloys Rubasha's teachings, experiencing the Word of God, and what is the Word of God? It's about empowering yourself. That is what we're putting here for you. We're cultivating a community of like-minded individuals, for people who want to grow, for people who want to continue to cultivate that mindset of, I can do anything I put my mind to. I can go out and work on my health, work on my happiness. Nothing outside of me is going to make me happy. I can work on my love and my beauty because I have everything. I am an amazing person. You are too. So hit the link in the description. It's going to take you to sign up for your Uscreen membership today.
Yeah, so you imagine everything, I think, and you see it, and to come here to see it. Of course, sometimes what you imagine everything doesn't happen the way it is, but generally it does, and it works. Imagination creates reality.
I mean, that's the power of this conversation and the power of this life. Like, you know, the fact that we have a neocortex, you know, we're different to any other species in the world. And we look at something, we see something, and we are actually here. I mean, to be able to have enjoyed this with family and friends, people from all over the world, you know, and just how powerful it is coming together as a family, having one mind and saying, okay, this is what we want to do. Even for me, imagining this trip. And when you think about it, Dad, we're praying every second of every day. Whether we like it or not, we're praying, you know, and a prayer is simply also a thought that you have in your mind. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So as when you go to prayer, so before always I used to think praying to God, as grow up in Christianity, I used to think prayer is just kneel you down when you have a problem and then ask God in the sky to give you something or to help or to protect. And go maybe Sunday churches just to pray to God to fulfill your need. But now I found there's other way. Prayer is just to communicate to your mind, which is your God, every day for some things you need. And that is how now we have been trying to do, and we have been doing all the times. We have been talking to our mind. Everything's, even though at the time we have been kneeled down, but everything's happened for you, always started in your mind. But we never pay attention on it. So that's the attention we are bringing to people. There's nothing has happened to you first which hasn't started in your mind. So that's how praying to God, that's communicate to God. Everything, the job you are doing now, the study you are doing now, any profession you are doing now, it comes in your mind first. You thought about it, but we never thought we are praying for it. We are not told we are communicate with God. And everything God give to you come through your mind. Yeah, there's nothing come outside. And even if you want to buy a car, you sit in your mind first. Even if you want to buy a furniture, you want to do everything that you sit in your mind first, and then later it become reality. So that's what now we are calling God. We are praying to God. Any thought, any communication, any desire which is in your mind, because your mind is your God. You are talking to God every day. You are praying to God every day. So communicating with your mind is just praying to God.
Where would you say faith comes into this?
Faith now is where is something which is going to come we haven't seen in reality. Faith, it's assurance. It's something's going to come to happen. You haven't seen it yet, but you want it, and then you are thinking it's going to happen. So that's your faith. You have a faith. You see, I'm going to make this team. That's the faith you have. That's the thing, the desire you want to have. And the reason you have it in your mind because God is already given to you. So, but only God, He has, you can't control is His time. God controls His time. Everything you see here around the world has His own time. There's nothing doesn't have time. So that is how now the fear, the doubt for ourselves, and then the God. So that's how the God control everything. That the God, His timing. Yeah, so you see everything. People get birth and anything. Animal get anything has His time, His period. The season, the weathers, everything has His time. But that's how we do. See, if you imagine something, you plant something in your mind, the doubt is when I'm going to get it.
Or how it's going to come.
And how it's going to come. But the faith now gives to you, even though you don't have it in reality. And the people have been having faith, and they believe themselves for something they're chasing, always go to come in reality. So the timing, that is the power of God. That's the power of our Father. When guys, I keep telling you, you are God. Our mind is our God. It's how we communicate to our God, the Father of creation of this. But He's the one who's going to give you all His time. It's the same. Every life has His time.
Yeah, it's that in-between part. And I think another thing with faith is, again, because you've given that idea, and that's why it's very important, guys, when you have an idea that starts from nothing, that's a thought, don't take that lightly. Take action on it, because that idea has come from a high frequency, especially if it's a good idea. It's come from something higher than you that came out of nothing, and it's come as a thought. And so when you see that, take action on that, because that will become a physical reality, dependent not only on your actions, but on your constant thoughts. I might continue to keep thinking about this thing, and then in a way that I can create it.
Yes, and that's what sometimes you think everything has invented in this world. Everything he started with one thought. See? And everything has to start with one thought. There's no 10 thoughts to start the same thing. One thought came in and then brings everything to reality. One thought, it brings other mind to come to put together to make it happen. There's nothing. It doesn't come fast with mind thought. Everything you can think, everything be created, it started with one mind, and one mind is always God. And remember, what God always gives us in our mind, everything, it's good for you. Everything's happen, it's good. Whatever we call it, is say negative and positive. Both they are good, because both comes from God. And there is a process, because again, sometimes negative, it become positive. Something's wrong, always become positive. There is nothing doesn't change from negative to positive. That's how life is. But when you are in that period of negativity, when you are in that period of doubt, when you're in that things, when it's good happening, that experience also God has bring us to experience. See, this world is the experience the good and evil. The good and evil, they are 50-50. See, good, bad, good, it starts within you. When you have doubt yourself, you can wake up in the morning in negative mood. No one has talked to you, no one has told you, but you feel mood. You feel you don't want to go to work, give you money. You feel you do things there. As it starts with your thought, your God talk to you every day. Your mind can wake you up in the morning and make your day miserable. And that has happened. We've been living like that. You wake up, you feel you don't want to do anything. You wake up, you feel you don't want to do things there. Because your mind is in yourself. You never be alone. People say, oh, I've been lonely. No one been lonely because there's somebody talking to you. And even you start feeling you're lonely, is because you hear that person say to you, oh, you don't even have a friend. And who tells you that? Somebody within you. And so then, morning you could come, you make your day good day. Without anyone around you, you feel your day is good. You enjoy it. And nothing you have. There's no money, there's nothing, but you are feeling you're good. And you walk on the street, you're good. So that is now we're bringing to you guys. Every time you feel good, you feel bad, communicate with your mind first. Yes. That's how negative becomes.
Positive. And a lot of people sometimes they accept the negative as the final reality. You know what I mean? When it's just a stage, and it's not even, you are the thoughts that you choose to accept. So if you accept it's evil, it's going to become evil. If you accept whatever you're going through is a positive, that's what it's going to be. And when you talk about that, I think it's such an important message every day to wake up like that. Because like you can see, even we're here, right, in a beautiful sunset view at a beautiful hotel, but like, we talk about that, right? And then like you said, you can even come a place on holiday, but because your mind is always in that constant state of maybe you wake up and something trips you up, then you find yourself on holiday and you're constantly complaining. There's always something wrong. There's always something this. It doesn't matter the location now you've gone to, you on holiday or you're working, it's because you haven't fixed your mind. Now wherever you go, that you're always with that constant state. So you could have a view like this, you're enjoying, but your state is always in a negative mindset, always wondering about what's wrong with the holiday and why is this not like this, instead of just being present and enjoying the moment,
Yes, that's how our mind is so powerful. When you pay attention to our mind now, that way we are learning, that is the state we are in. So each state you are in, it's you who put yourself, because everything's coming in our mind, the thought, the anger, the happiness. And when again, what you're facing with people, what you're facing with friends, what you're facing in the media, what you face around you, the surroundings, also they work with you. But if the end of the day, go back to your mind, because at the most the power you have. That is the freedom you have, because the freedom to have your thought, the freedom to have your day, it's in you, it's within you, it's in your mind. Somebody can insult you. And how you go to start your day? Your boss may tell you something's off when you're starting your morning shift. How you go to deal with it? You could have been on holiday and something they forgot to do things for you, and it changed your mood completely. You see, that's how you were. So, hold on. My mind. Pray to God. Communicate to Him. Say, why are you doing this? Why something like this? It changed straight away. It changed your mood. You have to pay attention to this. See, you have to practice this as we're talking, because everything has happened to you. What I'm talking to you now is nothing new. These things have been happening to us the same way. Everything creation has been all these times. So it's something we're talking here, nothing new. In some things everybody have been talking, and some things we face every day, but we don't pay attention to it. Man.
It's true. We don't pay attention to it. And
yeah, look like now this sun how rising. And this is how happen every day. This is the nature. This is the nature of God. Happen every day. This is the world. This is a gift from God. Even to come to see here. This is what I really want, dreaming in Australia to come to see. Even Australia is there. Is it okay we can change the camera to show people how, or it's hard to do it?
Let's Let's see, guys. There it is. Yeah, keep talking.
Yeah, so that is the power now. That is the power of nature. See, even to see that, wow, we say, wow, in your mind. This is the God has created this thing for us. And that is why always my mind, pay attention to it, talk to your God. When you call your God, it become power. And you believe, you become faith to yourself. And they work very well for everything.
It works very well. And it's really like, again, you see the view, like this is amazing. You know, this is life. This is God. Like you see it right here, like all of this abundance, you know. And, you know, we talk about, again, like faith, you know, when we wake up in that morning, again, just being in that routine of it is already done. It's already there. So, you know, what's interesting, when you can come into your mind that whatever you desire, if it's even the change in a family member, to see a family member changed and not to see them by their past, just the same way you don't want to see yourself by your past, you know, because that's what we do. We're always a record of our past. And so now, even when it comes to meeting certain people, maybe people we have in our lives, you know, we tend to constantly judge them from the past, but we got to continue to remember about being present, about being here in this moment. But my point of was to say, to really see the desired outcome, but not only to see it, but to feel it, to know it is done. So now you can walk in a confident, like, I'm not looking at my senses, it's already done, because the inside of the mind should be your highest form of reality. I think
on this path of life that I'm on right now, I'm always thinking about the future. I'm always thinking about my financial future. How can I make important moves now that are going to impact me when I'm older? This video is sponsored by Raiz. Every time you get an income, you can set weekly, monthly, daily investment goals. You can put aside money while you're growing and seeking the best future for yourself. For me, what I do is every week I have an amount and it puts the money into the stock market. It's all about compounded interest. The actions and the things that you do today are impacting your future. So for me to continually having that compounding interest of money being put away into the stock market, by the time I'm 30, 40, 50 years old, that amount is generational wealth. That is the power of compounded interest. It's always important to think about your future, always important to think about tomorrow and 20 to 30, 40 years from now. What Raiz has done with the Rubasha Family podcast, they're going to give you $5 once you sign up with the Raiz app and you're approved. You can start your financial journey today. None of this is financial advice. Hit the link in the description, get $5 into your account once you're approved, and get started on your investment journey today.
what's different is most of the time we're tricked into believing that the outside world has a higher place than our own minds. But no, your mind is the first step.
Because it's the first step for the dreaming. So that's why I say I started this plan for this holiday. I started in my mind. So I didn't go to look the money first. No, I have in my dream. I see in my dream. I see the budget, how it was needed to be doing it. And the times financial, I didn't have it. But because it was my mind, because it was thinking every day, the times the journey started, the finances has come. And that's how everything's new. That's how the power is in our mind. See, you start something in your mind first, and then the external things, which is the money and to be happening, just comes after. And that's how everything work, you know? Yes. You start with something. Every invention started with people's mind. It started with no money. There are people who created things they invented in their mind. They bring the project there. They didn't have money, but the people maybe who have money who could build it. But every single thing started in my mind. All these people creating this, everything, this program we're on, this YouTube, this everything. Somebody came with one mind. Without no money. So people who invent things don't have money. People who create things don't have money. No, it's totally different. See, people think, oh, because I have money, I have to. No, you have money, you don't even have an idea. Somebody has to bring idea to you, and then you can make money. See, the money, it's external. The money, the fact is external, is some also comes from the invasion has happening. But sometimes the people who create the things, they don't even have $100. Look, all those scientific who did all those kind of things, they never had money. Yeah? They have their thought, and then they go to look the people who have money. Because when you have the thought, when you have something, you see it. And when you see it, no one else is going to see it. No one. You tell people, that is how when you do start business, it's hard. You have to go to explain to people they have ever seen. Now to be those people, to believe you, it's how you believe yourself. That's the faith. Because you see there's many projects being given in front of people to finance them, and they rejected it. And when they rejected it, somebody else did it and make it, and it become reality. It became reality because the faith of a mind who has invented it. He sees it. Everything he found, these people say, look, I saw it in my mind. I want to be happy. You keep knocking the door, people to give you money, and they say no. They say no. See, but God, He will go to give the one there, and then people won't see it. Now it's wow. It's hard to believe it to yourself.
Wow, very powerful. Dad, what do you say for the people who may not agree with a lot of things that you have to say, whether it comes to God, racism,
Yeah, that's how it works.
culture?
Yes, everything now comes with the time. See, the good thing is I'm teach by experience and my knowledge. So when you teach by experience knowledge, it's some things you went through. It's some things the reality is the dream you have seen in real life happening. So that is why you tell people always, people will have a different view. That's how God has built us. But there's some people who have said, okay, this is what I believe, I can't change it. So I used to be the same like them. But the change of God comes with times. No one knows when your change to come to change your belief. Yes, some it comes, some they don't come. Yeah. So the change comes is when also you had the process. The process, the change to come, you read news, you do some things, you meet with people, and something also come to you. Yeah? There's something God teaches you how to you, make you to change. So now, when you bring you to the people, some it take time to see it. So I learned from Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard, he said these things in 1930s. That's a long time ago. Now, I couldn't believe what he was talking about. I was wondering, why can he say our mind was God? Why can he say these things? I couldn't understand it, but I keep listening to him. Now, to witnessing what he was saying, it came to my life. And then when it came to my life, there's something there. So if I tell somebody things, he doesn't believe to me, I can't change his mind, because for me, I already know what I told him. But because I planted the seed for him, because I told him something, so he's got to think about it. If he's got to think, why this guy is telling me this? Or, no, it's not true. This is my belief. Because, you see, when we change your belief, it doesn't change our life. Your life, your body, your thing, God has created us equally to think whatever it is. And see, that one keeps saying, there is nothing wrong. What I was believing before, say, God live in the sky, God live in heaven. I used to go to church like the other people. But now I change to think God is my mind. There's nothing changed for your body, how you function. There's nothing stop you. Everything's happened to you, to your body, the people believe us or not. We are still the same. But even the fight we fight, the war we fight because we are believing in different things, is just in the mind.
In the mind. And one thing you said is, like, a lot of people, this is just how I am. It's a non-negotiable. Like, I believe this about the world, or I believe this about this, and I can't change that. This is it. But you have to really look. And like you said, there's nothing wrong with things, but you have to start to question every single thing. Some people were so ingrained into our beliefs at a core, we haven't really dug deep enough to look, wait a minute, okay, why do I believe this? You know what I mean?
So you remember again, everything you do, always I keep saying there's nothing wrong. Even every belief we do, every bad habit we do, it does a good for somebody else. It's a transaction.
Everything is
Everything's a transaction. If you have bad behavior for alcoholic, you are doing it because somebody who sells alcohol is going to gain money from it. And if you keep drinking, there's a process which is going to create
an income for someone.
The income for someone. Everything is income for someone. Every bad behavior to you or to anyone is income from someone. Everything. Because that's why I said God give us everything. And we call it negative. We call it negative the times it doesn't suit you. But that negative to somebody else is positive to him. You had an accident. The process to go to accident, to go to fix the car, to go to fix everything there, is good to create somebody's. It's good to pay some school fees. It's good to create somebody to have lunch. So that is why when you start to understand our mind is our God. Our God, it's one in ourselves. We keep helping each other. That's called the word of God. It's our mind. But the war between us is first the war within your mind. Yes, the war, everything doesn't make you sleep. It's what you put yourself in your mind. See, somebody can assault you. And because the color of your skin, you got to feel the reason he did is because your skin of color. And it's got to make you feel, you must start questioning about yourself. How can you question the color you have? How do you question about it? You have your mind, you have everything there. This distraction we've been living in it. This distraction somebody else keep telling you, make you feel. The end of the day, you should be happy. It should be your beauty God has given to you. No matter what somebody could say, no matter somebody could say on TV about your skin color. Why do you need to argue it? Why do you need to defend it? That's how we've been fighting for our mind for nothing.
And we've been doing it. And as Black people, we need to learn that emotional intelligence. Do you know what I mean? And when it comes to things like this, religion, racism, all these type of issues, it can create such conflict between us, or we can react to, let's say, a white person who says something because we don't have emotional control. That's someone else's thoughts, and that person has love. That person is a God. That person has greatness within them. If that's their thoughts and their opinion, hey, that's okay. You may not agree with it, but that's fine. But then you see the problem is we become a slave to words. Someone says something and now you can maybe go and abuse them, or you get angry. And now that has ruined your whole day. The next day you're thinking about maybe how you reacted or said something to a person, when you just know, hey, look, this is all thoughts. Like I could literally sit down with someone from, let's say, the Ku Klux Klan. I could literally sit down with them and I think we'd have a great conversation, because I'm not going to react emotionally. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find to know your story. I'm going to get, okay, where did your thoughts come from? And just have a conversation about your thoughts, because we all have a universal subconscious mind. And there's a reason you're saying these things. So let's sit here and talk about it. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to sit down and start talking about things.
Yes. Or also something to know, not to allow to be distracted.
Yeah.
With somebody else. There is a hate. Somebody, if he hates you, what are you going to do? Are you going to try to be good to him, or you go to fight? So it's hard to know how to fight with somebody else's hate. If somebody's mind, he has hate against you and you have nothing there, it's hard to know what to do. But that way the fight, you always keep doing it. But the fight starts within yourself. The fight, you have to know, I don't worry about people who don't like me. You can't make it in there. I don't worry about angry. If I tell people what I believe, I don't get angry. I tell people you are God. They say, oh, you are arrogant. Why you could say such things there? You see, why that person choose only with negative thought? Because that's how it works. But there's got to be another one which is good to think with thought. Oh, maybe this guy has a point here. Let me listen to him. That everything has worked. There is nothing we're going to say to people and everybody say, oh, wow, it's good, everything. No, everything has to be questioned.
And everyone will have something to say. Everyone will always have something to say.
Because everyone is God. Every God has something to say. Every God mind fight. Every mind, there's nothing you do. Nothing. Nothing you do is out to your mind. There's that everything question to yourself. You see, I came to this world day. There's something I written down to do, but I couldn't be able to do it. And then the day I say, oh, why I didn't do it? You see, I'm fighting with myself. Why I didn't do it? Because distraction. Because to have with other people. Because we have the group. You say to plan to do what I can do. So that's why your mind become flexible. I don't get, sometimes could get angry. And then later, okay, it's me anyway. Why could get times? Why could do things there? That's how everything's working every day. You kill yourself because something should be happening. I've been singing here. We go somewhere. We are 30 people. And do you know how to make 30 people to work the same? It's so hard. Some come on time, some come late. Guess what? When you come late, you found some other mind they are boiling. They can kill you because you are late and you are going a place like to eat, or you are going a place to do things there. Of course, in that is the timing. That's how life it is.
And then you're taught to berate that person, get so mad. And then it's just, all it is just taking you out of the moment. You know what I mean? Like, you're there to have a good time. Okay, someone came late, someone made a mistake, just like the way you do. And it's understandable. But then it's like we keep going on about it. And then you find yourself, you're not the one who's come late. But now your time has been spoiled, or you're just upset. Instead of being like, we're here.
Yes, but you see, remember again, everything's happened to you personally. To two people. Everybody's a victim. Both of people, because you are God created. Both all were victim. If somebody's go there and insult you and spoil your day, spoil your mood, you are going, you think, why this person did it? You see, it's going to distract you, your time, your moment. But even him, when he left, he said, why?
Why did I react?
Why did he do that? Why did he tell things here? See, he goes to tell his friends, look, guess what? I met this person, I did this. You see, to go to say it, it's that guilt is having himself. It's that moment he think he did well because he saw or did things that. But you see, that is become whatever guilt for what he's done. It's the same as you. You are going there, you feel, you go to tell your people, man, I meet this guy, and then just like that, he told me. You see?
Hey, I have fantastic news for you. The Rubasha Family podcast is proud to announce that we have partnered with WorldRemit. Now, as a diaspora family, African Australian, we have our loved ones back home. We want to feel connected with our people, whether we're sending money back home to create our family legacy, building generational wealth, or we're connecting with our loved ones, birthday parties, whatever the situations is. We always want efficient and effective ways for us to be able to send money directly, straight away, for the people that we love or the projects that we're funding. So we have some fantastic news for you. For the link in the description, it's going to sign you up with WorldRemit. And not only that, even better news, guys, watch this. Once you send over $100, you will have $15 put into your WorldRemit account immediately. So make sure when you click the link in the description, it's going to take you to sign up with WorldRemit. Not only that, it's going to ask you to use a referral code. You punch in that referral code and that will give you $15 as soon as you send over 100. Now back to the video.
Yeah, so that's what I can call it. Look, it could be I can call it sin, like African sin. Some things have been distracting us for generation to generation. It's when other mind came to us, to our ancestors for a long, long time, and then they changed what they're thinking about their belief, how they were worship their God, how they were doing things in that times before other community came, especially like from Christianity to Islam. They came to Africa. They corrupt our mind. They change us. We took their name. We took their culture. We took everything. We took their belief. That is the war we're still fighting now. A black Muslim is going to kill easily an African Christian. Easily, without question about that. That is the war.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. That's the war the mind has created and brings something there. And people keep thinking, oh, these people, they want to change us. They can't be changed. They already changed us. They already changed us for long times. They already take us our name. Now we have their names. See, we forgot our names. We have to have some people, they keep their own name. But most majority, we took Islam name or Christian name for always believing. A father, he may be fighting with his daughter because he's got to marry somebody with different beliefs. Can you imagine this thing happening there? We didn't know we are one. That's how our mind is going to make us to be one God together, not to follow what other belief came to us. We accept that belief. We become fanatic for the other people's belief like we have ever known. And I tell you, you see the names is somebody's thought, because everything they start together. All people start together. And the Catholic they form, the Muslim they form, the Islam they form, the Buddhists they form, and everybody came with different period of times, because the mind never agreed. But only in its mind now in Africa, we never continue to fight what our ancestors believe, what we have been living. It's most of the times us. And that's why you be so fanatic. You see, every black say, oh, take God, and put in the point in the sky. No, why putting the point in the sky and God is in our mind? They're distracting us. They distract us. We are going to go to heaven. Africa is how we go to have life. We live in condition worse in Africa, even though we have whatever everybody have. Because why? They teach us you could be suffering here, but somewhere in heaven you go to be good. There is no way. Heaven and hell is not area we'll be walking to see and the end of world. You've been in hell now. You could be in hell now, or you could be in heaven now, according with what is in your mind, the way you want it to be. See, everything's taught with somebody, and that thought is become powerful than you, and then I become that slave. So that is how we keep you a slave. Our mind. People think slavery it's more physical. No, African will be still slave for others. People taught to be Christian, to be a Muslim. We are slaves for other people, other communities. That is why we keep having inferiority complex. As African, what we have, it's in ourselves. Inferiority complex is in our mind. And only thing is going to change, man, is to believe yourself, is to believe you are God, is to believe your power, your presence of God is within you, and which is in your mind. This thing you're not going to learn anywhere. You're not going to be taught by anywhere. You'll be not having a degree to know if your mind is your God. You don't need a pastor to tell you if you are God, because you're really God. You don't need a pastor to pray for you what you want, because you already have powerful to do it for yourself. You can change and become that pastor if you want, but that pastor that is good, that would feed his family, that have give him his job. See, there's a pastor, there's a doctor, there's a professional driver, there's professional cameraman, there's professional everything. All those professionals give us the way to live, to survive, because everybody they need. See, the pastor need that. He need those people to pay him inside. Africa, we are still slave in our mind, not in physical work. That's why we keep thinking, guys, the physical, this is where we go to stop it. Only the way we stop is to know, forget about those religions. Knew you are God, and discard it nature belief. Nature belief is to believe in yourself, to have faith in yourself. And that is you and nothing else. Imagine if all people together were united with our own mind. If you put people's mind there, no one is going to know which color. You can't know which is white, which is red, which is yellow. No. Every mind is where it is, and you perform the way it is within yourself to be where you are and to do and to have what you desire.
Amen. I think that's a very important message. make sure you guys head over to Aloys Rubasha's U-Screen, subscribe to the U-Screen. I think to end off the episode, we can both do this. We'll start with you. What have you learned from this trip?
Yeah. For this trip now, that's say it's just I came just for holiday to enjoy. So it doesn't make any difference like any other life, because you remember everything's in your mind. So it doesn't matter where you go, it's good to change, your mind always where it is. It's your temple, it's your God. So always nature with it, always enjoy with it, always take it positive, always take it enjoyment. So the change, it doesn't, or the action you do outside, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. So the change always is within you, wherever where you are. You remember, you are the temple of God. Wherever you are, make your mind happy. Talk to your mind. Man, I'm going to get angry with my wife. I'm going to get angry with my friend. I'm going to make angry with my partner. I'm going to get angry with something there. No, change it. The people around you, the people you love love the same way. You left them home or you came with them in holiday. If you change your mind, the way you come in, the way you love them, and then you change your mind, you hate them, that is always in our mind. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter what you do outside. See, when I came outside the world, that's why I enjoy. I'm here. If you tell me go have a beer in the morning, I go to enjoy have a beer. I forgot what other things go to face. I forgot everything there. And I go back home, I start dealing with what I'm dealing in outside world. You see, outside world, what it does and what is affecting your mind is totally different. You see, outside world is pushes you. You are behind for what you are doing. You are behind for your rent. You are behind for payment this. You are behind to, all those things there. You are behind for my membership you screen. You are behind for all those things there. You can't get members. See, those things distract you. And you see why distract you and see who bring to yourself? That is the question. There's nothing bothers you which bring to yourself. See, I say I want to have 1,000 members from your screen. How you go to get it? You don't have one now. I'm imagining now to have 10,000. How you go to do it? This process go to come. So like when I came, I said, okay, I'll be recording everything every day because I'm on holiday. But I couldn't be able to do that. But do you think get angry? No. So I'm going back and say, okay, now if I'm going to record, maybe I'll go somewhere else just for that thinking by myself, not for group, you see, because the purpose here is to come to the birthday. And if you come with the group, so those things, they change. So it's you. It's you. So you have the way to live your life. Family, goals, friends, love them the way you're going to. If you change to hate them, if you change the way you believe, it's about yourself. See? Yes, everything you do is not where you are, you're learning. And because you're temple of God, always you have to create it. Always you have to juggle with your mind. Always you have to be head of our mind. Yeah. There's no outside. Yeah. It's you. The power, the presence in people with you. That only the learning you have to learn. How to deal with my mind every day.
Do with it. Amen. For me, what I've learned on this trip, I feel like really to become more of a man and in the evolution and the process of becoming a man. And when I say becoming a man, I mean in terms of holding who you are and really being authentic with that. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I just say, yes, this is my decision and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to let anyone else affect how I feel inside, because there'll always be triggers. There'll always be points. Even your own mind is a start that tries to maybe derail you at times from where you're going. So of course, on the outside world, it's going to happen, but it's about how to deal with that. And not only how to deal with that, how to deal with that in a way with love, deal with that in a way with empathy, deal with that in a way where we resolve it and we talk about it instead of maybe trying to do and try to achieve things. Oh, I'm going to prove this to people. No, that's not sustainable. I know I'm a God and other people are a God. And so how can I react into this world with all the tension and all the pressure and all the negativity, whether it comes from your own family, friends? How can I deal with that with love, with care, in a way that, of course, nothing's going to be perfect. Thoughts are going to come, going to maybe try and get you off or derail you from where you're going. But just to know that that's a thought and you know, we're all living an amazing life, and to keep going on to the next moment, to the next moment, instead of getting caught up in, oh, well, you did this and did this. No, I'm a God. Why should I show remorse and put my head down? We're taught to show remorse a lot. No, I'm going to stand high in whatever decision I choose to make, stand by that 100%, learn from every situation, and really, you know, how can we create something legendary? So this was a holiday to show what is out there, to show the abundance, to show the luxury. Luxury is your birthright. You know, it's what you're supposed to go through. It's what you're supposed to have. You know, you have to bring it out into your reality. To have this family trip, to see this, you know, to keep evolving what we're doing. Aloys Rubasha's view screen. Yeah, I think that's what we can take away from this trip. Not just entertainment, not just having fun times, not just gossip, but something that's meaningful and can last for the next 100 years. So thank you for watching the Rubasha Family podcast. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys at Uscreen and in the next episode. Peace.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're going to love that one.